Hey guys, Anthony here. It is Friday, May 29th, 2020. I want to do an overview on some of the rioting that's raging over this George Floyd incident the other day. And I have a website pulled up, Breitbart, and I was going through it today. And in this feed here, what you're going to see is, let me see if I can widen it down a little bit. What you're going to see is there's a series of clips of like Twitter clips of these so-called protesters. And I'm sure there were protesters mingled in with the paid rioters that normally get bussed into these things. You know, the George Soros-backed rioters, the Antifa-backed rioters, the Black Lives Matter-backed rioters, and et cetera, et cetera. So we know that in the video that I did yesterday, I spoke about how the left, the socialist left, takes certain narratives or certain incidents, propels them to the national spotlight, uses them to capitalize on, and obviously that's how they push their narrative, and that's how they create dissension, create civil unrest, create whatever they're trying to do, whatever ideas they're trying to get into the minds of the people. This is what they're trying to do. It's like a psychological operation. So with this, we have all these protests now flaring up all over the country in several other states, California, Kentucky, I believe Colorado area, and I'm sure there's going to be more. So also Twitter deleted or sanctioned one of Trump's tweets that he put out. Of course, we're going to see Twitter do this again. They've been doing stuff against the president since he's been in office. They don't want him to have a voice because they would never dare do that to Obama or a leftist, a left-leaning president. Never. So you're going to see here in some of these little Twitter clips or little video clips they have here that what exactly was going on here. So Trump tweets, these thugs are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Tim Walz, and I told him that the military is with them all the way. Any difficulty, and we will assume control. But when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Thank you, Trump says. So obviously Trump's putting a serious threat to the looters that were planning on burning down or looting any stores. And you're going to see in the video clips that there were many that were looted and burnt and ravaged and etc. So obviously the mayor, Free, gives his answer back, and he's calling out the president. That's all over the news today. I'm sure you guys have probably seen something like that. There he is there. He looks like the mayor of Minneapolis. He looks a little bit like the other one up in Canada, Trudeau. Same type of demeanor and hairstyle, try to look real innocent and like you're the victim all the time and you know what you're talking about. You know how they are, guys. He looks just like that. So he goes on to say how Trump knows nothing about the strength of Minneapolis. Minneapolis politicians, or Minneapolis has been infected with evil and left-leaning politicians and Sharia-leaning politicians. So there is no strength in Minneapolis. The people have to take Minneapolis back. So the mayor's full of baloney. So if you guys saw my videos, or go back and watch my videos from the beginning of the year, I predicted that 2020 was going to be a deadly and bloody year, and it's shaping up that way. This was before the COVID incidents, pandemic came out, the crash of the system, and now these planned riots probably going to go on and off through the summer leading up to the elections. we're going to see a lot of mayhem, destruction, and just a lot of unrest in this country. And it's not going to be pretty, guys. This is only the beginning. What they have planned is total destruction and takedown of America and to reshape it into the cesspool that they want it. So that's what you can expect from now moving forward. And so if I click on some of these little clips, this one here shows so how does the Minneapolis 3rd Police Precinct get lit on fire? That's what I want to know. And here they are cheering. But before this, people not wearing masks and ladies walking with their kids in the park were getting bullied and picked on by police. Here, I guess rioters and looters are allowed to do whatever they want. So here they are burning down the police headquarters. Very nice, right? Now, I'd like to know how many of these people right here in this picture live in the Minneapolis area. I'd love that to come out in a survey of some kind, or to see where these people really come from. An Arby's restaurant went ablaze. There it goes there. Arby's restaurant. This is their own neighborhood. Okay, look at these people. You think they really care about Mr. Floyd? I don't think so. Many of these people, guys, go back to other incidents around the country that have happened in the past, shootings and things like that. They're hired and paid actors. They're crisis actors, many of them. There are legitimate protesters that do go out and want to, get their First Amendment rights out there legally and law-abidingly. But mixed in with them, you have the thugs that are hired, the mercenaries that are hired, those that want to push the narrative. They have to have that in order for the narrative to move forward. If they just let it go organically, they're not going to get what they want, more than likely. So Oakland, California, in one of the areas there was gunshots fired. I think it was in Colorado. This one is Vice President of Minneapolis City Council says George Floyd and Officer Chauvin worked at a restaurant near the 3rd Precinct. I did a little reading on that. I guess there was a club that had a lot of big events in the past for many years where they hired off-duty police officers, either outside the establishment and then regular security, hired security inside the establishment. And Mr. Floyd frequently worked as a security guard inside this establishment while the officer worked on the outside of the establishment. So whether they knew each other or bumped heads or whatever prior to this incident, it's possible if they worked in the same venue. But again, it was a big venue with many, many police and security guards working. So as I was scanning down this, I was just really blown away by all the stuff that's taken place. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just here is Louisville police moving back, protesters. And this is what the media wants to put out there, guys. This is what the media wants you and me to see in the mainstream media. Dissent, the narrative of this moving forward, and punishing the Trump administration, the incumbent administration, and just dividing the people further. 7 people shot and 1 person in critical condition during a Breonna Taylor protest in Louisville. So there you go, guys. 7 people shot up there in Louisville, Kentucky. Here is a Target, I think, that was looted. So this is like a timeline here that we're going through. Columbus, Ohio. Okay, I guess they targeted the Ohio State House. This was at, looks like 11:55 p.m. Last night. So again, all of these just sprung up out of nowhere, right, guys?
Windows are broken at the State House.
So all of these protests and organized, and all these people just show up and do their do their thing just like that, all taking selfies, all so concerned about Mr. Floyd, mourning his death, praying together, holding hands and praying that nothing like this happens again. No, they're raiding the State House, they're looting, they're burning buildings down. Very nice. More damage left on tonight's demonstrations. That goes on to say, what's this here? Looters filling furniture barn in St. Paul, walking out with couches. Wow. There's a furniture barn and full of looters walking out. I see tables and chairs. One guy's putting his shirt back on. I guess he had to take it off. He was getting too hot. Gathering stolen goods there. Just amazing. Just brutalized the stores. Yeah. Where's Hillary Clinton, I want to know. Where's Hillary Clinton with her little deplorable lines that she has for people that are going around, patriots that go and peacefully protest their First and Second Amendment rights being violated, and are called names, are called white supremacists, are called deplorables, are called instigators, are called troublemakers. Let's see what the leftists say about this. They'll say the exact opposite. They'll say, well, they have to get this out of their system. This is oppression. They've been oppressed for too long, or yada, yada. The narrative goes on, guys. There is no excuse for this to be happening. No excuse. Here's another one here. That one's not playing for some reason. The National Guard, I think, is in there helping firemen that were trying to respond to fires that were being, having stuff thrown at them. New York City Police. So here, this guy, this is a pretty cool one. This guy in Louisville walks away with the hand off of a statue, Louis the 16th statue. Just look at this crap. I don't know what to say. If this was being done by the right, or I don't know, I think we would see the 5G weapons broken out, the 5G crowd dispersal weapons broken out if it was American patriots doing this type of thing. Just amazing to me how we could be buffaloed in this country. Here's an Aldi, which is like an Aldi's like a food store, grocery store. So here's an Aldi getting looted at 12:38 a.m. Okay. Looks like in St. Paul, Minnesota. State of agony. There's the Star Tribune. Minneapolis, 3rd Precinct in flames. National Guard called in. Soros, Obama, and all them are getting their narrative. Guys, they're getting all the limelight here, pushing this propaganda, pushing these planned riots, in my opinion. Tell me I'm wrong in the comment section, please. Tell me these all sprung up out of nowhere and all around the country. Don't think so, guys. I don't think so. And what lies ahead? So here are some people in Louisville trying to tip over
as people take out their emotions and frustrations here
kind of
on the steps
vehicle.
of Metro Hall.
Very nice. Here we go. Many of these people might not even know what happened. They're just out, paid protesters that are told to be at a certain area at a certain time, and read your lines, say your lines, do your thing, break your windows, start your fire, whatever it may be. And I wouldn't be surprised if there is some other type of people involved as well that we may never know who they are, that help instigate these things as well. So downtown Louisville, they fired gas canisters.
A group of protesters has joined arms at 6th and Jefferson, where the main line is here that you can see from here.
Where's the COVID people telling people to put their masks on and everything?
Full riot gear here at this point, probably 200 strong, at least from where I can see. It appears that an officer is at least thinking about or preparing to fire some kind of non-lethal device. Just had somebody throw.
Here we
there
go.
you go. Something has just been launched.
Kicked it back at the officers.
Tear gas at some point.
There's the hand of Louis the 16th that got ripped off in the background. That guy's gonna probably have it on his shelf as a trophy.
Over to Chad Mills as we're getting some of the what's been launched.
Amazing, right, guys? Let's go down here. There was one. I think it's this one I wanted to show you guys. This is the Minneapolis third police precinct. Here. Look at this, guys. That's a police station. Who are these people? Who are they? Who are these anarchists? I want to know who they are. Rolling band of looters hitting businesses on Grand Avenue. This is a Lululemon, which is a clothing store for, you know, they sell tights and stuff like that for women and guys. Expensive ones, too. So they know exactly what stores to go to, too. Lululemon, very expensive high-end workout gear. Third policing district again on fire. Lululemon again. Again, there's the fire. Minneapolis Fire Department ready to assist. So there's the National Guard helping. I wonder what that little cannon is on top of there, on that National Guard vehicle, right there. I wonder if that's a 5G weapon. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody could weigh in on that. If that's one of those 5G sound dispersal, you know, where they radiate microwaves through your body to get you to run the other way. You'll probably see those broken out this year sometime soon because the 5G systems are up and running. Hundreds march through downtown Phoenix. That's in Arizona. There we go. Now, again, guys, there's nothing wrong with, don't take this wrong that I'm trying to say people don't have the right to peaceably assemble and protest. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is rioting, looting, burning down cities, causing harm, shooting at people, ripping down statues. That's what I'm talking about. These are the planned things that I'm talking about. Okay? So we're seeing a lot of clips on that police district, police precinct, Capitol Yard. Again, what was this one? This is LAPD next to Los Angeles Museum of Contemporary Art. I think I played this one. I don't know why it won't play. So guys, please feel free to weigh in the comments section of this video. And so here is a Goodwill store in St. Paul that was set on fire, it looks like. O'Reilly Auto Parts store burning. So this is, you know, people in their own city burning down and looting their own places. I'd love to know how many people were from out of town in Minneapolis last night, and even today I think it's still going on. We are seeing an intensity tonight that rivals or is more than what happened last night and even the night before that, says a Minneapolis reporter there. City Hall, killing of a man in Minnesota, graphic language, protesters.
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives
Okay.
Matter! Black Lives Matter!
So there you see them, organized marchers. Okay. That's the police.
Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck the police!
So a lot of these guys, before they go out on these paid protests, they rehearse and they have lines that they say. So a lot of these crisis actors are very well versed on what they're going to do and say. Some do just verbal things. Some throw things. Some are paid violent actors. Some may be even paid to kill down the road. We just don't know. But expect the worst moving forward. Washington and Denver. Here's another scene here. Looks like something burning, a vehicle or something in the street. So is that Denver, Colorado? I guess that's a street corner in Denver. It's like footage from a helicopter. Yeah, that's Denver. 2 more businesses in St. Paul going up in flames. I don't think firemen were able to respond as quick as they could because they were under attack as well. Somebody got into the police station, and that's when the police emerged on the roof. They have now moved to ground level. Okay. I guess the police weren't able to hold their station or their precinct because it's burning to the ground. Target temporary closing 20 stores in the Minneapolis area. There's a list, rightfully so, because they probably saw what was coming. Maybe they had a jump on things. So those were protesters throw bottles and spray paint at police, chant in front of Los Angeles Police Department over the killing of a man in Minnesota. There's a active looting going on in a number of spots. So looting all over Minnesota, downtown area there, St. Paul. Guys, just one after the other, a lot of these clips. And so there was one I wanted to show you guys of a Colorado Capitol building. What's this one? Memphis, Tennessee. This is downtown Memphis. What you're seeing here again, you see that same marching, that same order being followed. You see that? See how it's coordinated? Everyone in all these cities, they're doing like sort of the same thing. Keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. This is all rehearsed and organized stuff. Okay, this is not organic rioting or protesting. We want justice! FUC 12. They want justice. We want justice! So that they've got the narrative now, they've picked up on it, and they want justice. We want justice! We want justice! We want justice! I would like justice, too, of all the thousands of nursing home victims that were sent to die. I would like justice for the people in the cemetery visiting their son who were executed. Well, the shooter killed himself in that case, so I guess there was justice done. Here's a Target. Midway Mini Mall by Target. So this is a mini mall. Looks like it's totally destroyed, this place. There's some graffiti all throughout. See that? That's all planned. Guys, we're in a lot of trouble in this country, guys. I said it yesterday. I said it in the beginning of the year. I said in a lot of my videos, 2020 is going to be a hotbed. And it is exactly what I called for, or what I predicted. Here you got police coming through, and one of these cars sprays pepper spray. Here he goes at the people. So I don't know what the threat was there, but I guess they didn't like people gathering on that corner of the street. So that was pretty interesting. Napa store flaring up. On fire. So, what's this one? Pawn shop. Or what's left of it? Let's see. Can't remember that one. There's a pawn shop. Totally looted. Hey, these guys got an air conditioner. There you go. How many BTUs is that? 20,000 BTU units? Nice. Okay, guys. Thank you. Good protesting. Thanks for your peaceful protest. Please clean up after yourself after you guys leave with all the equipment. Ay, ay, ay. Flooded parking lot. There's the, who's this now? The Cuomo's. The Cuomo tag team there. I didn't see that one yet. That's an 8-minute one. I'm sure the Cuomo brothers had a lot to say to try to deflect stuff off of what they're guilty for in New York. There's I-25 in Denver being staged and ready to be blocked by paid protesters.
It's 8 o'clock. We're across the street from the Goodwill, and it seems that some tear gas and flashbangs have just been. You can see them.
This guy's pretty brave. He's standing right in the middle of everything.
The smoke coming out of the middle of the street across from me. That is the Goodwill on University Ave. That's where the law enforcement has blocked off University Ave on the opposite side of the street.
Very nice. Here, let's see. Protests have been peaceful, says this guy Max. People still came prepared with milk in case law enforcement used pepper spray. Okay. So protests in downtown Minneapolis continue to grow in size. All right, maybe they started off peaceful. Tens of thousands of people here right now, he says. Okay. And there's a scene there. What are they saying in the background there? Are they saying all four? Or I can't make out what they're saying, but they're saying something in unison. University Avenue in St. Paul. They'll be doing a lot of cleaning up today, and a lot of vandal removing companies are going to be out on the streets soon. So if you got a vandal pressure washing company that specializes in removing vandalism or graffiti, you're going to be making some money because the city is going to be calling you, and businesses are going to be calling you up to either try to pressure wash that off or maybe even repaint it. Some of it will have to be sandblasted, I'm assuming. So, guys, let's see what else we got here. Again, it's more and more showing some of the same things that were transpiring. Let's go to the current Breitbart news here. Minnesota Ellison rages. Trump calling on rioters to get shot. Trump was... First of all, they shouldn't be rioting, Mr. Ellison. They shouldn't be rioting, looting, and burning down. When you're doing illegal crimes, expect something to happen to you. If something does happen to you during you perpetrating a crime, you can't blame the police or Donald Trump. Okay? So, Mr. Ellison, there you go. Another left-leaning politician there. I believe Mr. Ellison also has ties with the Muslim Brotherhood. Okay, here he is showing that smug face, trying to be all stern. There you go. So here's some other headlines. Taylor Swift accuses Trump of stoking white supremacy in woke Twitter rant. Okay, thanks, Taylor. You can't sing, you can't perform. You're a little tramp, and now you want to get into politics. Okay, so we can answer you back then. Go take a hike. How about that? Democrat prosecutor, sloppy evidence statement whips up more chaos. I saw that. I'm sure that's going to be followed up on. Chinese propagandists compare Minnesota riots to Hong Kong protests. No, they are not the same. Sorry. But again, all of this is funded by leftist, socialist, communists. So a lot of them work the same way. Like the people behind these riots and protests are the same leftists that do this all around the world. Their modus of operandi is the same. Van Jones, white liberal Hillary voters, more dangerous than KKK. Okay, I got to look into that one. And then there's a whole bunch of new headlines here. But again, guys, I'll stop it there. Looks like there's some rioters erupting in Paris. Offensive speedboats, mysterious tactics await foes. Iran's, oh my goodness. At least 7 people shot in Louisville. We saw that. I wonder who did the shooting there. I'm not. Ramadan Rage 2020 logs 30% more jihadist attacks than 2019, despite coronavirus. I thought Ramadan was supposed to be a peaceful thing. Huh? Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what we got here. 7 people shot in Louisville, Kentucky. Shots rang out about 11:30 p.m. and 2 people were wounded badly enough to require surgery. All wounded were civilians. Protest. No justice, no peace. Okay. I think we saw that before, that slogan. We know where that comes from. Protests gathered over Breonna Taylor, who was shot and killed in LMPD raid back in March. Protesters here have told me they want the officers arrested. Okay. I think this is. I think this one is due to the another incident that happened in Louisville. At any rate, guys, I'll cut the video there. Let me know what you think, guys, about this. If you're monitoring this, keep me posted. Again, take care, stay ready. Expect lots more of this moving forward. Anthony, signing off.